My name is Connor McClinney, and I'm with Team North Texas, consisting of the team members Roxanne Alegria, Kiara Whitlock, and Tramitra Payne. I would like to thank Kurt Koenig and Jennifer Chang for allowing us to research their organization. North Texas Healthcare Laundry is a nonprofit commercial laundry owned by Baylor Healthcare System, Methodist Healthcare System, Texas Health Resources, and most newly added, Texas Children's Hospital. This plant produces over 30 million pounds of clean linens per year. We face a very big problem. NTHCL is faced with a high turnover rate. At the end of 2014, turnover was at 80% compared to the average industry of 35%. During the summer Texas months, we can lose up to 4 employees per day. Working conditions are as follows. The plant is over 150,000 square feet and is not climate controlled. During the summer months, the plant can reach 120 degrees, causing heat exhaustion and even heat stroke. The plant operates 365 days a year at nearly 24 hours a day. Employees must work holidays, weekends, and at times overtime overtime is mandatory, especially if short-staffed. This puts a huge toll on the time they get to spend with their family. Burnout and exhaustion are very likely. Production employees earn an hourly wage of $8 per hour, and the soil sorters pay $8.50 an hour. There is no pay increase for second shift employees. Many feel that the wage is not enough considering that they are required to produce 6,000 pounds of clean linen per day. If workers do not meet their quota, they can be fired. There is a strong language and cultural barrier between all employees. It is common for many workers working at NTHCL to be their first job. Languages spoken are Swahili, Spanish, French, Chinese, and Japanese. In one section of the warehouse, soiled linens are sorted and cleaned. The smell alone is unbearable, and it is common for the stench to make the workers sick. Diseases are also a worry, so workers must wear full protection suits that cover all their body. Working conditions can also be hazardous. The machines that dry and iron the linens are very hot, so workers must wear protective gloves. The carts that carry linens are very heavy, weighing over 350 pounds. If an employee is hit, they can be seriously injured. There's a lot of physical labor as well. Workers must bend over to sort linens and also manually pile loads of damp clothes from the washers to the dryers. Some problems arise when looking at the organizational behavior of this company. It has been running since 1995, which has given them 20 years to perfect a good organizational system. But why has this not happened? The working conditions previously stated in the last section has made it very hard to maintain a positive work environment. Workers feel that they are not taken care of properly and that they are underpaid. Having the ability to work with an individual and understand them or motivate a group on a daily basis, especially because of the working conditions at NTHCL, is crucial to production. Leadership is continuously declining, and with that happening, team morale is also diminishing. Managers are not leaders anymore, and when they are given a few team members that will step up and try and encourage the team, they are targeted by supervisors that fear the loss of being replaced. Managers have a hard time motivating the workers who are exhausted and burnt out. Burnout is defined as a special type of job stress consisting of physical, emotional, or mental exhaustion combined with doubts about your competence and the value of your work. Morale is not raised by the managers who have trouble communicating to the workers what they need out of them for the business to operate. As previously stated, there are language barriers that affect communication. This causes the communication flow between employees and managers to become little to none. There is no open door policy, which can be damaging, but when there are such communication barriers, what can we do to solve this? Employee surveys should be implemented, allowing each employee to voice their concerns, opinions, and feedback of daily operations. There should also be tri-annual face-to-face meetings between employees and management. In these meetings, both parties can discuss concerns, ideas to improve productivity, complaints, and feedback on operations. This will allow parties to flow information between one another therefore solving any issues that one might be feeling. The cost of a turnover for many companies is very expensive and can affect the financial performance of that organization. Targeting the source of turnover is very important. A company must start at the beginning of the problem, the employee. A company must hire the right person first of all. The right employee must be willing to grow with the company, and since hiring a new employee is essentially an upgrade to the performance of the company, if that employee is a good fit for you and your company, your values and principles, then he or she can add extra value. At NTHCL, one problem is that new workers are hired due to the need of anyone who can fill a vacant spot. So many people quit due to the heat. NTHCL is then left with understaffed shifts. NTHCL will then have to deal with the high likelihood of a new employee quitting, which is a perpetual cycle of sunken costs. Slowing turnover at NTHCL. How do we slow turnover at NTHCL? The root of most problems at NTHCL is the unbearable working conditions in the summer. Recently, there have been added air vents, but those seem to help very little. A warehouse of NTHCL's proportion cannot simply turn on the air to lower the temperatures without facing extremely high electricity costs. I have proposed a solution. The old statement, "It takes money to make money," applies to this situation. As previously stated in my report, the average cost of turnover is 1/5 an average worker's annual salary. Keep that in mind during this proposed solution. Macro Air Fans produces an industrial ceiling fan that can cool warehouses of 10,000 square feet. The cost of a 20-foot ceiling fan is $4,995 with an installation cost of $999. In sum, the fan costs $5,994, but when compared to the 1/5 cost of an average turnover, the addition of a single fan can benefit greatly. The turnover calculation of one average wage employee working 4 hours a shift for 52 weeks for both sections, production and soil linens, is as follows. We take 1/5 times 40 hours times 52 weeks times $8, and that equals $3,328 before taxes. For soil linen sorting, the turnover cost is 1/5 times 40 hours times 52 weeks times $8.50. This equals $3,536 before taxes. Although the cost of one fan is greater than the cost of a single turnover, NTHCL deals with multiple turnovers a year. If NTHCL deals with 20 employee turnovers a year due to the heat, the cost of those turnovers in sum equals $66,560 for production and $70,720 for soil linen sorting. Imagine if the installation of one of those fans can reduce the numbers of turnovers by half. The cost of the fan is minuscule compared to the annual loss of the turnover. The addition of ceiling fans in the soil linens department can be a vital change to the daily operations and working conditions. Soil linen workers must wear complete protective gear, gowns, gloves, masks, caps, and safety goggles during operations for protection from diseases and harmful bodily fluids. The smell alone can be unbearable, but the heat added to the operation amplifies the horrific smell. If moving air were to be added to the daily operation, heat levels would drop, therefore reducing the immense stench of the working atmosphere. In summary, you can see that there are many problems that NTHCL faces. With an astounding turnover rate of 80% compared to the average industry of 35%, we sought out ways that may reduce the extremely high rate of turnover. We discussed that there needs to be changes in the leadership of the company. Managers need not be afraid of anyone trying to step up to the plate and lead, but instead push them to continue to be great leaders. After all, management can only do so much. Another reason that company conditions were so poor was the great cultural and communication barriers. In order to solve this, we recommend that the company start a new open-door policy whenever someone has a complaint or issues. Employees should also fill out employee surveys monthly and meet up with management tri-annually to discuss anything in a non-judging atmosphere. This will help defeat the rate of burnt-out employees who feel like the company is not taking care of them. We also tackled one of the company's largest problems, the intense heat during the summer months. Although the company added vents, there is still little air movement. The heat of 120 degrees in the summer causes many problems like heat stroke and other heat-related sicknesses. To combat this, we recommend the addition of industrial ceiling fans that can cool the warehouse by 10 degrees per fan. Although the fans seemed quite expensive at first, the cost comparison showed that the addition of one fan is close to 1/10 the cost of 20 employees being lost a year due to the heat. The proposed solutions are ambitious, yes, but in order to save the company, drastic actions must be taken. Again, thank you Kurt Koenig and Jennifer Chang for allowing us to research their organization.